Hello, everybody, and welcome to BC Buckets. I'm Matthew Bruni. That's Colin Mitchell. Colin, the Orlando Magic are on the clock, and I thought they were going to take Asar Thompson if he was available, but he's not
Right.
available now because your Pistons took him. Um, so now it gets interesting here. We've heard
Yeah.
a lot of like Grady Dick at 11, but you're not taking Grady Dick at 6. Do you take Taylor Hendricks? I've heard a lot of Anthony Black as well. That's the other name that's
Ooh.
floated around is Anthony Black. We're not as high on Anthony Black personally, even though I like him a lot. I just didn't think he'd reach like this levels of hype. I have him 11. Where do you have Anthony Black on your board?
I have him low 12.
12. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're a little lower on him. I think in terms of his upside. So I don't know fully, but they kind of do need a point guard with Paolo Banchero and Franz Wagner. Those are the two centerpieces, right? Wagner and Paolo, right? Wendell Carter, I don't look at him as a centerpiece. I look at those two as centerpieces. It would kind of make some sense to get a point guard that can play with them and obviously defend at a high level, take some pressure off of those guys.
I'm still reeling from the Asar pick. Yeah, I mean, it's weird. Like, if you're the Magic, I feel like you've been drafting for talent for too long. This is when it starts to get into the fit
hold on,
situation.
picks coming in.
Okay.
2023 NBA draft, the Orlando Magic select Anthony Black.
All right.
Whoa.
That was getting talked about earlier today.
It was.
About it potentially being Anthony Black.
And this is what I have to say. This is where you start to draft for fit. I think Anthony Black is the best fit. I don't know if it's the best pick at 6, though. This is just, I guess Orlando might, someone might have wanted Anthony Black. I don't know if that's the Wizards might want him. Obviously, Indiana has Tyrese Halliburton. This is interesting to me because, you have Cam Whitmore. You have, who else? Jarris Walker. Obviously, they aren't fits. Taylor Hendricks, obviously, they aren't fits. But I feel like they are the better talent overall and in the long term than Anthony Black. Now, a lot of people, like you said, he's a polarizing player because obviously we aren't that high. I look at him as like a Josh Giddey, whereas some people think that he can be more than just that. He gets to the rim at an insane clip. I don't have the stats in front of me, but he finishes at the rim at a crazy clip. You might have your stats up right now. I forgot to get
them. I don't have them up right now. But 45% from the field, 30% from 3, 70.5% from the line, 12.8 points per game, 4 assists, 5 boards, 2 steals.
Yeah, 57.8% free throw rate. Great size, good cutter still, even though he's a guard. And defensively, I feel like he can guard 1 through 3, which is big. He's obviously tall. He's 6'7", 7-foot wingspan. 3-point shooting is going to be the weakness here, and self creation because obviously he's not going to have that in between game.
It's hard because I buy him a lot with the spacing that the NBA is going to have, that the Magic should have. I think this does set up for them to potentially take Grady Dick at 11 if he's there, or take a shooter, maybe Jordan Hawkins at 11 if he's there. I love him in space. I love him as a passer. And like you mentioned, his defensive upside is awesome. I don't have him as the best perimeter defender in this class, but I think he's up there. I've seen people say he is, and so I have no problem with that. The athleticism, his ability to get to the rim and finish at the rim, I think is really strong. So for all those reasons, I like Anthony Black. I remember when we did our first video on Anthony Black, I was really high on him.
You were really high on him. You had him really high.
I like it. As I continued to scout more players, I was like, okay, I think him at 10 is a real comfortable, 10, 11 is comfortable for me. Then people started talking about Anthony Black as like in the top 7, in the top 6. And I was like, I can't get there all the way because I don't trust the shooting at all. Really, I watched some of his high school stuff at Duncanville, and I'm like, the form still isn't great to me. It's just how is he gonna look off the ball with Paolo Banchero?
And the number that you're looking at is unguarded threes, and he shoots 34% on unguarded threes.
Yeah,
and it's interesting. I mean, I think high floor prospect. I don't think high ceiling, and at 6, I feel like you need to try to have the best of both worlds.
It's just hard with the Magic having those wings. So it's like, who do you?
Yeah, right. Like you can't take a Cam. I don't think a Cam and Jarris makes sense. So.
Yeah, you're right. All right, they have another pick at 11, so we will see how then. Right now, we got the Magic, Colin. They're back on the board. I probably didn't even need to intro this because they already had the 6th pick, but here we are. Cam Whitmore sliding. Taylor Hendricks is gone. A lot of people have said Grady Dick is going to be the pick here, as far as hours ago, earlier today.
Right? Yeah.
The dream was to take Anthony Black at 6 Grady Dick at 11. That's all I heard the entire day. So I'm assuming this is going to be Grady Dick. You have peaked and you know the pick already, so you don't. I don't want you to tell me.
I'm just gonna put. Can I just put my phone? I'm just gonna put my phone away.
You're gonna just put your phone down.
Yeah.
All right. So I'll just talk through the majority of this.
Let's do this first. The type of player that needs a shooter, right? So the three shooters we have is Grady Dick, Jordan Hawkins. I guess if you want to say Jett Howard.
Yeah, but then nobody's taking Jett Howard this high. So Grady Dick, Jordan Hawkins are the two for me that I'm like, okay, I could see them in this spot. Again, I've heard Grady Dick's name the whole day, so I'm assuming this is gonna be Grady Dick. What else does this team need? A lot. I mean, Paolo Banchero is cool. I like Franz Wagner, and I like those are the core pieces. Those are the two that could be all stars.
Right? I honestly like obviously not this early, but like a Derek Whitehead type player as well. This early. I mean, not this early, but like that type of player, a guy who can be off the catch and shoot and defend. Grady Dick's not
here it
that.
Is,
yeah, you're gonna.
11th pick in the 2023 NBA draft, the Orlando Magic select Jett Howard.
Yeah, but no one's taking him that early. That's what you said. That's what you said earlier. Yeah.
Look,
Jett Howard, folks. Here's the issue. You have two shooters above him that are way better.
Okay, well, personally on my board, I only have Grady Dick one spot higher, and I have Jordan Hawkins.
But in terms of a shooter,
Grady Dick's a better shooter than Jett Howard.
Yeah.
Like just catch and shoot. We're shooting the ball 100 times. I'm trusting Grady Dick here. Jett Howard is an interesting one to me because I see it. I see it.
I see it too.
See Michael Porter Jr. out there.
Not at 11.
I see Michael Porter Jr. out there somewhere. Because of the way he shoots, he can shoot, off the catch on movement threes. It's Jordan Hawkins and it's Jett Howard to me as far as movement shooters in this draft.
That's interesting.
Pull-up jumpers, I think he's really good at 38% on those. The high release is really enticing. The elevation, that's where I get the Michael Porter Jr. comparison that I have for him. High volume guy, moves really fast and efficiently off the ball, can attack whenever he gets closed out really hard. For all those reasons, I like him as a shooter. I love him as a shooter, I'll say this.
Yeah, I love him as a shooter, but I think there's way too many weaknesses where I don't think he can stay on the court unless he fixes them.
Everything else is a question.
Defensively is awful. There's not one good thing he does on defense. Screen navigation's bad. He's a mismatch in the post. He's not physical enough. I don't think he can guard in space. And then an athlete. You mentioned he's a really good shooter, but I don't think he can, take advantage of those closeouts and try to finish around guys. Very few rim attempts. Only 67 rim attempts this year. 47.8% on that. He only had 3 dunks on the half court as a 6'8 player. 6'8 player. And he's very right-hand dominant. So he can go one way. You better listen. If you're the Magic front office, this must be the second coming of God from shooting. He's a deep threat. He's the deepest shooter in this draft.
Yeah.
But he's not the best shooter to me. He's not the best off of screens. He's not the best off of pin downs. He's not the best off of Jordan Hawkins is there. That's what I don't get. That's what I don't get. And for a team that needs defense as well, man, it's going to be hard for him to see the court to me.
This is really interesting because at least Grady Dick and Jordan Hawkins to me make sense as like two guards.
Well, here's what Grady Dick does better is he's able to do more offensively than Jett Howard can. And I know you're not high him at all, but to me, he doesn't need the ball in his hands at all to do anything, and he can score. He cuts well. He does all this well. I don't think Jett Howard is an insanely good off-ball player. They're buying the shot. Yeah. I respect it, but you're buying the shot, and I think there's two better shooters in this draft.
Michael Porter Jr. is the ceiling right now, and as much as I like Michael Porter Jr., I don't know. I would have rather taken Jordan Hawkins here personally.
I agree.
You mentioned the defense, the limited athleticism, all that stuff.
The pick is in for Orlando or OKC.
To Orlando.
Or the Mavs, I guess.
Or the Mavs. Yeah, the Mavs are going to the next one. All right. Well, thank y'all for joining, Magic fans. I don't think they have another pick, so we will talk to y'all later.